Hey, this is Meredith's husband. I've got some SEO advice for you, but I'm going to keep it really simple so that you can understand it, so it makes sense, and most importantly, so you can actually use it. All right, you remember last week, and I promised a good story.
I've been waiting with bated breath.
I don't think you're going to like this episode.
Me?
You're not going to like this.
Or people who we're talking to, listening.
No, you.
Me, Meredith?
Yes. Oh. And I sort of...
Are animals hurt?
No.
Okay.
No. Of course. Would I do that?
I don't know. Well, if you're doing the preamble.
I started to bring this topic up to you.
Yeah.
One night at dinner, and you said, no, just keep it. We want to keep it fresh. Don't tell me.
Oh, I don't like knowing what I'm
Yes,
have to
I agree.
do.
I 100% agree. But
I can be present.
If you find yourself uncomfortable at all during this episode, you only have yourself to blame.
Okay. The story of my life.
This is, as I indicated last week, what I think is an epic story.
Oh,
an epic story about OpenAI, the company that released ChatGPT. Is called OpenAI. Now, it's called OpenAI. Now, I have not been following this in a detailed manner. Like, I am not an expert on this. But I did come across in this last week an article that summarized everything that has been happening really, really well.
Oh, good for them.
Also on the website Vox, which I mentioned last week, surprisingly by the same author. I'm going to link to that article below too. So if you find this interesting, you can go read some more about the details. But OpenAI began, they were creating an open source AI model. Yeah. Open source it like it's free. Right.
And people can just try it, and doesn't the company kind of track the movements of people and gain?
Yeah, I think so an example, I don't know how to describe it exactly, but an example would be there was a browser that was an open source browser called Chromium. Google took that, and it's a whole bunch of code as a browser. You can still get the browser Chromium. Google took that code and tweaked it a little bit, and they released their own browser called Chrome.
Okay.
Chromium was free to anybody. Anybody who wanted to take it and tweak it could do it.
Right.
Google had their version. The browser that we use, Brave, they took Chromium. They made their own version. There are lots of other versions, browsers, I should say, built on Chromium. Chromium was the open source material that anybody could use. OpenAI started the same way. They were developing this and anybody could use it. At some point along the way, they said, you know what? No, let's change to I'm going to call it a for-profit model, and let's make a shit ton of money because we're way ahead of everybody else.
Yeah, why not?
I was going to say we could make a killing, but that might be a little bit too close to the truth. So,
oh no,
nobody is being killed.
You did preface this, so now I'm just looking at everything like
it's not that bad. Okay. It's not that bad. So, at that point, they named a new CEO, a guy named Sam Altman, who I believe was one of the founders.
Okay.
He then became CEO, and he has proved to just be like the classic CEO of like money, 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 money.
Yeah.
Like the song. I'm not going to sing it, but
money, money, money.
Well, that's not the song I was thinking of.
ABBA.
That's not the song I was thinking of, but that's a good one.
Rich man's world.
Yeah. So Sam Altman had co-founders.
That's what I want.
He had co-founders, and Sam Altman became the CEO. There was also a portion of the company that was, I don't remember exactly what it was called. It's like the safety team saying, hey, let's do this in a responsible way. Because this could be dangerous. Like, if we need to keep it, we need to make sure that we do this in a responsible manner. They had a big team of people, a lot of professionals, and that was their job.
Right.
So Sam Altman, so the rumor goes, and so this story has outlined, way more interested in profit, not so much interested in the safety. One of his co-founders was head of that safety team.
Yeah.
Do you remember, it's probably a few months ago now, big news that Sam Altman was ousted as CEO. He was fired, like literally overnight. The board was like, you're gone.
Done. Yesterday's
so
news.
Behind the scenes, what was happening is that people who were involved in that safety team were recognizing more and more that Sam Altman was not interested in safety. And there was a bit of a coup.
Oh,
like the show
nice.
what's the show? The HBO show?
Gazillion of them.
No,
Succession?
Succession, yes. It reminded me very much of Succession and the boardroom politics and the board voting. And Sam Altman got ousted. Boom, he's gone. So that same day, Sam Altman says, okay, I'm taking pretty much all of the employees from OpenAI and we're going to Microsoft. And we're just going to pick up where we left off. And so literally the day after he was fired, the board reversed their decision. Sam Altman came back. He came back stronger than ever.
Of course he did.
Somebody used
the monster.
Yeah, somebody used the phrase. Or many people have probably used the phrase. If you shoot at the king, you better hit him or her.
Yeah.
I guess the king is a him.
Not
But if you shoot at the king, don't miss.
Yeah.
Because the king came back, and guess what? All the people who were part of that coup, guess what has happened to them?
They're fired.
Now he got more board seats.
Were they fired?
They have been
removed.
They have been slowly disappearing.
Interesting.
Pretty
Dying?
much all of them. No.
Oh.
Been resigned, been replaced.
You know all about
whatever.
Boeing.
Now Sam Altman got more board seats. He got more power. So he got more influence. And as a result, all the people who are more safety minded have been leaving the company. Now they haven't said much because those people all have stock options.
Oh, okay.
Right. As long as they signed an NDA.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So they can't, if they go out and if they spill a bunch of insider information and they say, this is what's happening, they're going to lose their stock options. They're going to lose potentially a lot of money.
Yeah.
So they don't say anything. But there's been a string of, I don't know how many, no, not leaks, but a string of these people resigning, being fired, et cetera, et cetera. They're dropping like flies to the point that there's pretty much nobody left from what I understand. There's very few people left interested in that safety aspect.
Because everyone's just interested in the money?
Everyone is, Sam Altman is the one who was,
bad.
So it's an epic story.
Doesn't look good.
It's an epic story. Like, I guarantee you, many people are working on scripts for this right now because you can't.
Is there any way that the people who want safety are going to come back bigger and better?
So that's.
Or there's going to be a massive leak
I don't
somehow?
know.
Like they can keep their money and someone anonymously can oust or leak everything?
Yeah. I don't know the answer to that. This is one reason I prefer using the Gemini AI. I mean, there's nothing, I don't know, what do? We write to our senators or whatever? Like, part of the reason that this is so dangerous, I think, is that there are no regulations set on AI. And you know how slow government moves. They cannot keep up with the pace of AI. No. And in terms of regulating this. I don't know the solution. Personally, I gravitate towards using the Google AI, which is much, I've been watching Google very closely for 2 decades and how they respond to a myriad of different situations. And for the most part, I feel they are doing a really good job ethics-wise. Like in terms of, or I should say, in comparison to the other big tech companies, I think they are way, 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 way better. They're way more responsible than the other tech companies like OpenAI.
I'm very glad you didn't tell me this over dinner. I would have been very upset and I've not slept. Well,
so this reminds me of, I know you don't like Elon Musk. I don't like Elon Musk. I used to like Elon Musk, but Elon Musk has proved to be a bit of a wacko. But something that he said about AI was not that AI is intrinsically dangerous. It's whose hands does it fall into? It's the people control that are dangerous. Yeah. And Stephen Hawking said, like a lot of really smart people have said similar things. And I just find it interesting that the very first company to really leap ahead in terms of AI is doing right out of the gate all the things that you kind of feared the most.
Yeah. And just for their own profit. It's very short-sighted.
Yes.
Like the people who created social media.
Sam Altman is probably on his way to being the richest person in the world.
Of course.
Times 10.
Yeah.
But anyway, what can we do? Yeah, I don't know, but that's why I'm going to link to this article. The person who wrote this article wrote the same article that I mentioned last week. Very, very good. And if you're interested, which I am, in perhaps steering the world away from creating our AI overlords. Yeah. What can we do? Because it's going to, on some level, it's going to come down to consumers. Like, I don't think the government is going to step in. Like I said, they just don't work fast enough.
Start electing dogs.
So check it out if you're interested in that.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, thank you so much for listening. We really hope that you find this helpful and useful. And if you do, what you could do for us as a thanks would be to, drumroll please, yes, leave a review. Yes, everybody says it, I know, but it really does make a difference. Take 3 seconds, leave as many stars, say something really nice about what you like about the podcast and maybe why other people would like it. It would mean the world to us, especially my husband. That better? All right, I'm going to try one where I'm not going to be charming.